All right, welcome back. Today we're going to talk about how to place components. I will be under the belief that you are in the process of doing your floor plan layout. Here you can see my example where I've got exterior walls, I've got interior walls, and I've got room labels. Now, in this process of adding components, we may find that some of the sizes of components we have don't fit with our existing plan. We may also have to move things around to work with particular components. So let's start with how to add a component. So under the architecture menu, we have walls, doors, windows. We've used roofs and ceilings. Today we're going to talk about components. So when I click on component, I'm going to be faced with what current components are listed in this file. And if I go to our properties window, we can see that there are some things here. Now, I see base cabinets. These would be cabinets most likely for our kitchen. Okay, so we see base cabinets. We see, in this case, a bed. Now, this might be a good idea to utilize if you wanted to see how useful a room layout might be. Same thing with chairs and things like that. One of the components we will be using is a closet, shelf, and pole. So let's start there. So we can see over here I have a coat closet, maybe this master closet or this walk-in closet. I have a couple options for the depth of the shelf. Okay, so at a basic level, what we're looking to show is a closet rod and shelf in a closet. I'm going to stick with the 15-inch deep, and then there's a 15-inch depth. And I'll show you the difference between those two because it may impact how they come into your file. So I'm going to select the 15-inch deep shelf to start, and then I will see that there are options for placing on a face or placing on a work plane. What I'd be looking to do is come down here into this coat closet and place that closet on this wall in between the dining room, the living room here, and the bedroom behind. This one doesn't seem to want to work nice, so I'm just going to simply grab a component, and I'm going to go away from the deep and grab the 15-inch depth option. Okay, and this one, we seem to have the same situation where nothing seems to be showing up for us. So if we change the way we insert these and we go to place on a work plane, you'll see that I'm going to now have the option to pick a wall. And I'm going to zoom in here and I'm going to click at the inside edge of this coat closet. I'm going to drag a line out. You can see here that there's a hidden line attached with my cursor a particular distance away from the back wall of this closet. The dashed line that we're seeing coming in represents the closet rod or pole. And that's what you would hang your clothing on. And I'm going to left click to place. And if I hit escape a few times, you'll see that there is now a coat closet in that coat closet, there is a shelf. And if we take a quick look at a 3D view, again, this is a demonstration file, and we can see right here that there is a shelf and a rod in the closet in the example. Okay, so again, if we are looking for a shelf and a rod, generally in closets where we're going to hang clothing, those would be something that you'd want to add in. Other components we might be concerned with, and we'll do a separate video on laying out a kitchen, but I continue on. Hey, I see a dryer or a washer. Some of you might want to do a stacked unit. That may be slightly challenging, but let's try and put a dryer here in this particular opening that I think is going to be for my laundry. And it looks to me like that would probably have room to fit in there. Okay, so I don't currently have a door shown there, but again, a component might be a washer or a dryer. And that at least gets us the idea that, hey, that particular size item will fit in that area that I'm looking to put it. Again, let's go back up to component and continue down our list. We might want an oven or a range in our kitchen, a refrigerator. Hey, maybe in our bathroom we need a shower or a vanity. Let's continue down the list. Yeah, here I see a toilet. Let's put a toilet in. I'm gonna go up here to which should be my bathroom. And I think that my toilet's gonna go approximately there. In fact, I'm gonna change this to my bathroom, or how about my full bath? Yeah. And I've got a toilet in that general location. Continue on with components. Oh, I see a tub. Let's try that tub. And this is always fun because maybe your bathroom isn't wide enough for a particular tub. This looks like it's going to fit okay, so I'm going to left click and place it on that wall. And you can see here I have some space left over. Oop, I have some space left over here where this bathtub maybe could get larger. Okay. The other thing that I seem to be missing in that bathroom, another component might be a sink. So again, I'm back over in the components, and hey, I have a vanity sink. I'm going to select that, and again, this is just a sink. We don't know what that sink's doing. It could be floating in the air. It could be sitting in a countertop or a cabinet below. But that appears to maybe work for my layout. Again, components. Let's continue up with components. See what else there is. We've got tables, toilets, trees, tub. Then we have upper cabinets. Again, information in our kitchen. And I happen to run now into a vanity cabinet. Okay, vanity cabinets generally are not quite as tall as a kitchen cabinetry. They're also not as deep. And I'm going to see if this 24-inch cabinet would fit. And you can see I use my space bar to rotate around where that object is generally attached to your cursor will be where we should be placing the cabinet on the wall. So I'm going to kind of bring this in here and left click to place that. And I'm just going to select my sink here and move it a little bit back and forth with my arrow keys. And what's that looking like? Let's go take a look at my bathroom. And here we can see the beginnings of a bathroom. I have my shower and my tub. I have a toilet and I have a vanity cabinet with a sink in it. But there's currently not a countertop on that vanity cabinet. So back to my first floor plan, and I'm going to go back to component, and somewhere on my list, ooh, look at that, I have a countertop with a hole for a sink. Let's start with that. I'm going to grab that, and this looks way too big for me to place where I need to put it, but I'm going to go ahead and kind of try to visually place that into the corner. Okay. Now, the countertops can be a little challenging. So if I select them, hopefully you'll see that I have the ability to control what is the hole for the sink. So I can move that left and right. So I'm going to kind of center that on my sink. I also have these arrows, which I can click and drag to change the size of our countertop. And let's go and take a quick look at the 3D view. And now I happen to have a vanity cabinet here with a countertop and a sink. So I got the beginnings of a bathroom layout, and we would just simply continue on from there. The big one being layout in the kitchen. Okay, and it would be my suggestion that you think about using a couple components to get started. We go back up to the top of our component label. You'll see that there, in this case, is an L-shaped countertop. Now, you may or may not have an L-shaped kitchen layout going, but if I kind of place that in there to start, I've got the beginnings of a kitchen layout. And if I think about what kind of cabinetry I might use, maybe there's an opening here for a sink. Maybe I want a dishwasher. So now what size dishwasher? And where would that get placed? And I believe on the dishwasher, we're going to have that little line there sticking out towards the front, but we'll check that in a second. So maybe I'll put that right there for now. Let's take our look at our 3D view. That does appear to be the correct front for our dishwasher. So again, I would continue through this component selection. And this can be certainly a challenging place to think about what size items might be. So if I continue up, there's a cabinet with a door and drawer. There's a corner cabinet. There's one with doors and drawers. I'm just going to grab the, maybe I get the 42-inch. Let's see what that looks like. That probably is a little big. So maybe I'll get the 36-inch wide cabinet. And again, that'll be attached to my cursor in the back. I, in theory, would want to center that and the sink. And it looks like my dishwasher is going to need to slide over so I can select it. And I'm just using the arrow keys on my keyboard to move them side to side. Okay, let's go ahead and take a look at our 3D view. Now we have a cabinet underneath our sink, so our sink could fit in there. Okay, one other item that I'd like to show you, which would be placing wall cabinets. Okay, so it's generally a good idea, first off, in front of our kitchen sink to have a nice window. So I'm just going to center one here in the above the kitchen sink. That may or may not stay there, but again, a good example. I'm also going to now grab a component and we're going to make our way down to wall cabinets or upper cabinets. So it's usually a good idea to select a wall cabinet that has the approximate same size as a base cabinet down below. Since we don't really see one, I'm just going to show you again how to place one on our wall. So I'm just going to grab the 36-inch upper cabinet here. And you'll see here, in this case, until I'm touching a wall, it will not place this cabinet for me. And I'm just going to kind of, I don't know, assume it's going to go right about there. I'm going to left click to place that cabinet. And other components that you might need to include in your kitchen. You see there's a sink here. That is obviously too big for the opening, but I can adjust that later. So I'll put that sink in. Maybe I need to get a different sink. Let's continue looking. Oh, we got a refrigerator. Look at all the different sizes of refrigerators. And the LH and the RH has to do with which side the hinge is on. I'm going to go with this 30 by 32. And again, maybe hard to tell which side of that refrigerator goes where. So if I put that in there, let's take a look at the 3D view. Okay. So you can see I'm starting to get cabinets on the wall. I've got countertops. I've got base cabinets and appliances. And a proper layout can be a challenge. Okay. That should get you started on trying to begin inserting components. And we will talk more in depth about kind of some specifics of design in upcoming class time. Thanks for watching. We'll see you later.